Hey Gringo, we're making some chili today. La la la! Welcome back to Telecooks. Whoa, you get some strange people here, oh my God, and you really do. But he was perfectly right, because we're going to do chili today. Well, my version of the Colorado chili, but I'm going to add some more stuff to it to make it more of a meal like we have in the UK. So we've got these chipotles here, sun-dried, tomatoes, ancho chilies. Interesting. And we've got these arbol as well. And then we've got some, I won't even say what they are, but the following morning you'll find out. Let me tell you. Right, cue the music. About a chili, as in a meal, it doesn't have to be hot. It's all about the taste. So you can make it to whatever strength you want. And I did say to you before that I like a little bit of heat. And I just happened to get these through the post a while back. A kilogram of really hot chilies. So I'm going to put some in for me because I like it. And Mrs. Taylor, who doesn't cook, she likes it as well. So let's have a look at these. What we've got, the arbol chili, native of Mexico. I think that guy before came from Mexico, didn't he? He seemed to be like that. So we're going to use some of these. These are going to use some of these. These are dried chilies. There we are. And everything's got to be rehydrated. So we've got the ancho as well, which I mentioned before. Let's get some of these out. And if you watch one of my other videos on the chipotle dip for barbecue, well, we have some of those as well, and they're going to give a really nice taste to it. But the first thing we have to do is to de-seed. Before we actually stick them in some hot water. So we'll get the seeds out. Seeds can taste a little bit bitter, and you can make your chili taste a little bit bitter. So we'll get the seeds and the stalk out. There we are, there's one done. Throw it in there. And you need to do this with all of your chilies. So I'll take the stalk out, look at seeds in that. Wow. Because you can put the heat in later, but if you put these in, then you stand the risk of it tasting a little bit better. One or two's all right, but you don't want loads, do you? Let me cut the middle bit out again. And chili is excellent for all sorts of ailments. Did you know? It is. All sorts of ailments. So if you're stuffy and blocked up, get some chili down you. A nice hot Indian curry, which we'll be doing on the channel, not today but a bit later, and that'll clear your sinuses, which is why you're all bunged up. Chili also, believe it or not, is fabulous for pain management. So you can actually get chili tablets that you can take, and if you've got pain in your joints and the like, along with curcumin. That'll stop the pain. You can get chili, and you can make an ointment. We make ointments, we've got one, out of the chili, and you rub it in topically, and it's like deep heat. So look, for you guys that are athletes and stuff, and you use the deep heat, well, instead of having the chemicals of the deep heat, you could make your own up with a little bit of chili and a carrier oil, and it gives you the same effect. So what we're going to do with these is, like I said, take all these dried seeds out. It makes you wonder whether these seeds will grow next year, doesn't it? Is it worth me keeping some and sticking them in the ground? And then what we're going to do with this is we're going to let them soak for half an hour, come back, blitz them, and then we're going to add them to the chili. So there we are. I've been soaking for about half an hour, as you can see those. I'm going to blitz them in a minute. This is my take, don't forget, on this particular chili. And you can do chilies with mince. You don't have to use chili peppers like I'm using. You can just get some from the supermarket, chop them up, throw them in. Lots and lots and lots of variations on chili. And this is just one take of it. So, whereas with the proper Colorado, a lot of these things I'm going to add, they won't add, but I want it to be more of a meal. So here's the tip. We're going to put a couple of onions in, and I'm going to put them into a jar here, and I'm going to put them in the microwave for about 2 minutes to cook, depends on the heat of your microwave. Take them out, and then I'm going to blitz them so it comes out like a puree. And what that will do, that will thicken the sauce up, rather than having lots of pieces of onion in there and what have you. So that'll thicken. It's a little tip that you can do if you're making an Indian meal, because you don't want the pieces of onion to be seen in your sauce. So if you blitz them up first of all, cook them, blitz them, and then strain them, and then they can go straight into your curry. So thanks to Al for that tip. If you haven't seen Al's channel for curries, oh, brilliant. So, going to do that in a microwave, a couple of minutes, and I'm going to come back and blitz it. So, hang on a second. Done the onions. You've seen the chilies they're soaking in beef stock. We've got a couple of tins of tomatoes and one of kidney beans and some other pickles and garlic there. So I have just browned the meat, and whereas this would normally take about 3 hours, I would think something like that. If you do it this way, you can have it in 45 minutes. So it's quite easy to do. So first thing we're going to do is put the onions into the blender. I could tell you about my mate who worked in a butcher's, but it's a bit rude, so I can't. And there's a bit of garlic in there as well. And all I'm going to do is to blitz it up. That is a good blitzer. There's our onions and garlic, all pureed, which is what I wanted. See it there? And that can go straight in. Because like I said, this will help to thicken it, and you won't have those big chunks of onion in it, you see. So let's get these out. I made a mistake earlier on when I decided to get all the seeds out. I forgot to wash my hands and I touched my eye. You see it over there? Oh, really bad. Anyway, that aside, let's put this in the blitzer. Like this. These are all our chilies that we've, I put also in there some sun-dried tomatoes as well, which will give it a lovely depth of flavour. Get all of these out if I can. And this is beef stock. Beef stocker! It's an axle cuba! Oh, one more. 2 more. Ooh, 2 of the hot ones. Now, you can add a little bit of that, a bit of stock. I'll put all these directly into the chili as well. They can go in. There's our blitzer. Now look at that colour. Wow, amazing. What a fantastic colour that is. Yeah, wow. There you you can see that or not. Wow, brilliant. That can go in. And there's method in my madness. I've kept this stock back because I want to every little bit of the chili out of here. Wow, really strong. So my take on it. Let's get some couple of cans of tomatoes in. Couple of cans of tomatoes. Couple of cans of tomatoes in. And a count of kidney beans, which I'm going to drain. Can of kidney beans. Well, we've got tomatoes in. We've got our kidney beans in. We've got our chili in. Everything else is in. Quick stir. Quick stir. Have a look at that. So pressure cooker should take about 50 minutes, give or take. And then 15 minutes, take it off, have a taste. If it needs sweetening because it's got tomatoes in, then we'll add a little bit of honey. Simple as.